Here's the truth your bank account won't tell you unless you ask. Your net worth doesn't lie. It's the most honest snapshot of how well you've managed your money over time. It reflects what you've built, what you owe, and how ready you are for the future. So in this video, we're going to break it all down, age by age. We'll explore what you should be earning, what your net worth should look like, and, most importantly, what you can do to get on track, no matter where you're starting from. Let's begin with the foundation. Ages 18 to 24, also known as the learning years. This is the entry point. The start line. For most people, this is the lowest point in terms of net worth, and that's perfectly normal. You might be in college, trade school, working your first job, or even juggling 2 part-time gigs. Your annual income likely falls somewhere between $20,000 to $30,000. And if you've taken on student loans, your net worth might actually be negative. But here's what matters most: this phase isn't about hitting 6 figures. It's about learning. Learning to budget. Learning to avoid credit card debt. Learning how compound interest works. Learning that your spending habits will follow you into your 30s and beyond. If you can, avoid high-interest debt. Save even a few $1,000s. Start a Roth IRA or 401k, even with small contributions. Track your spending for the first time ever. Then you're ahead of most people your age. Financial goal: establish control, not wealth. Your net worth target by 24 should be $0 to $5,000. Remember, you're not behind. You're building the habits that will create wealth later. Next phase, ages 25 to 29, also known as the foundation stage. Now, things begin to shift. You're likely earning more, anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000 depending on your field. You might be out of school, in your first full-time role, maybe even moving up the ladder. But here's where it gets tricky: the pressure to look successful kicks in. Weddings. Travel. Nights out. Brunches. Upgraded apartments. New cars. Instagram-worthy lifestyles, just to mention a few. The temptation to live like you're rich before actually being rich is stronger than ever. This is the phase where most people either start building wealth or start building debt. What you should be doing in this phase: save at least 15% of your income. Create a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Contribute to retirement, even if it's just a few hundred a month. Avoid lifestyle creep. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should. Learn about investing, not just saving. Your net worth target by 29 should be in the range of $25,000 to $50,000. It doesn't sound glamorous, but you're laying bricks. The compound interest from your 20s will be worth more than the raises in your 30s if you start early by building consistency with intensity. Let's move to the next age group. Ages 30 to 34. This phase is also known as the stability years. By now, you've been in the workforce for close to a decade. You survived economic ups and downs, maybe changed jobs a few times, and your income may be approaching $60,000 to $75,000. You might be married. You may have kids. Maybe you've bought a house, or you're working toward it. At this point, your finances are no longer a side thought. They're foundational to your life choices. This is the decade where your net worth starts to matter. And more than that, this is when you begin to see the long-term results of your early decisions. If you've saved consistently and avoided major debt, your net worth might be climbing towards 6 figures. Your financial targets in this phase should be a total net worth of between $80,000 to $100,000. Reduced or eliminated consumer debt. If you're not there yet, don't panic. Use this decade to revisit your retirement plan. Increase your 401k contributions. Consider homeownership strategically, not emotionally. Prioritize high-impact savings like HSAs and Roth IRAs. This is the last decade where catching up is easy. Next up, ages 35 to 39, also called the growth years. Now you're in the prime earning stage. Your salary may be in the $75,000 to $100,000 plus range, depending on your industry and career path. You're more confident, more experienced, more in control. But here's what most people get wrong: with more income comes more spending. Your mortgage is higher. Childcare costs can rival rent. You're helping aging parents, taking nicer vacations, buying better cars. This is where the illusion of wealth can mask financial fragility. A lot of people feel wealthy, but have very little saved. Now is when your financial maturity needs to show. You should have importance. Be tracking your net worth annually. Own more appreciating assets than depreciating ones. Have 1.5 times your annual salary saved for retirement. A reasonable net worth of $150,000 to $200,000 should be your target. If you're behind, it's still fixable. But note that every year you delay, the hill gets steeper. Let your money start working for you. Invest consistently. Don't let short-term wants destroy long-term freedom. The reality check. Ages 40 to 44. This is a major turning point. You've had 15 to 20 years of working behind you. And now, the financial results of your decisions, good or bad, are compounding. If you've been saving consistently, your net worth might be nearing $300,000 to $400,000. You may have a strong 401k, growing home equity, and diversified investments. But if you haven't been tracking these things, this is when panic creeps in. Because retirement is no longer an abstract concept. It's getting closer. And if you're not prepared, you can feel it. Here's how to refocus. Increase your retirement contributions, aim to max them out. Eliminate unnecessary expenses. Reassess your lifestyle. Prioritize your highest ROI financial moves, debt paydown, investing in health. This stage net worth target is $250,000 to $400,000. This age group often starts questioning, how much longer do I want to do this? And that's the right question if you've been saving for that option. Ages 45 to 54, the accumulation phase. This is the final full decade sprint before retirement planning becomes urgent. Your career is mature. You may be in management, an expert in your field, or even running your own business. Your income could range from $90,000 to $150,000 plus annually. This phase is about aggressive accumulation, not just earnings, but real, long-term wealth. Your kids may be heading to college, and you're likely juggling competing financial priorities, funding education, caring for aging parents, saving for retirement, and paying down your mortgage. This is where strategic clarity matters most. You should have 3 times to 5 times your annual salary saved for retirement. Max out all retirement accounts, 401k, IRA, HSA. Consider catch-up contributions if over 50. Reevaluate insurance policies, estate plans, and wills. Balance risk and security in your portfolio. A solid net worth target by age 54 is $500,000 to $750,000. This is your last great window to build. If you use it well, you won't just retire comfortably, you'll retire confidently. Ages 55 to 64, the final countdown. This is the decade where retirement planning moves from theory to reality. Your income may be at its peak, or beginning to decline as you scale back. Expenses could be lower if the kids are grown and the mortgage is close to paid off, but healthcare costs often rise. This is your last window to fortify your finances. Your financial moves should be: max out all catch-up contributions to 401k and IRA accounts. Downsize if needed to reduce living expenses. Pay off high-interest debt or the mortgage if possible. Estimate your retirement needs based on actual lifestyle data. Meet with a financial planner to ensure everything aligns. Net worth target, $750,000 to $1.5 million plus. This is where decisions about Social Security, Medicare, and withdrawal strategies come into play. Retirement isn't just about what you have, it's about how well you manage it. Ages 65 and beyond, the distribution years. You've built the nest egg. Now it's time to live off it. But that requires just as much planning and discipline as earning it. Key questions at this stage include: what's your safe withdrawal rate? How are your investments allocated to minimize risk? How long will your savings last? Will you leave a legacy or just aim to not outlive your money? Strategies for this phase. Use a diversified income strategy, Social Security plus pensions plus investment withdrawals. Consider annuities or bonds for stable income. Watch out for inflation and healthcare costs. Revisit estate planning and tax efficiency. Net worth target, enough to support 25 to 30 years of retirement spending. The goal here is peace of mind, not endless accumulation. So let's recap. In your 20s, build habits. In your 30s, build assets. In your 40s, protect and grow. Don't just work for money. Make money work for you. Remember this. Wherever you are on this journey, remember. It's never too early to start. It's never too late to improve. Wealth is built consistently, not instantly. This isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Measure where you are. Be honest. Then take the next step. Your future self is already waiting for you to get started. Let's make sure they're proud of the path you chose. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs a financial reset. And if you'd like a breakdown of how to grow your income faster, even in today's economy, let me know in the comments. Your money can buy a lot of things, but nothing is more valuable than peace of mind. Subscribe for more content on building wealth without burnout.